Oh, okay. Sometimes they want it exactly like you gave it to them. Sometimes they want you to come up with something else. But you usually work in concert with the director or the client there in the session to come up with something. It's like, pitch it up, pitch it down, make it more gravelly, make it more clear, you know.
Now make them Scottish.
Yes, now make them Scottish.
Better and faster.
Now from the South.
Yeah, that actually did happen to me this morning. I went in for a session on a thing called the Time of Eve. I am now. Okay, nobody heard that, okay. But I went in and they told me exactly that. They said, okay, now we wanted to talk to you about the voice you did. The client thought it sounded too regional. So we just want you to do something else, and we know that you can do it because you do all these voices. And I was going, yeah, but a phone call last night might have been better, you know. But that is what happens. They will literally tell you that we want something different from what you just did, even though they cast you on that voice. They come in and say, oh yeah, we loved your audition. Can you do something else? It's kind of like that.
Oh, no, just when you're done, I had something to add.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to move to the next person. She had a reserved on the.
Oh.
We're gonna
Are
ask a question.
we do that?
Yeah.
I was, okay.
No, I mean, if you have something to share. Yes, you were next. I'm sorry. Stand up, please.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Announce it.
Sayaka in Marukami. Oh. I would destroy KG-10. No, I remember doing that character's interview way back when, and I think it still stands. I would like to be able to teleport just because my family's way out in Indiana and I miss them a lot, and it would be nice to, it's not a funny answer, I'm sorry, it's honest, it'd just be nice to zip back and forth.
No, I'm serious.
You've ruined everything good in this world.
Yeah, thanks, Casey. Thanks a lot, man. Sure.
Blue robot guy, because he's been.
Okay, blue robot guy.
You, sir. Oh, you're not a robot at all. From a sitting position.
Okay.
This question is for all of you who voiced in Fire Emblem Awakening. Now, you all know like one-liners, basically, and there was some good material. What is your opinion or view on not being able to actually voice, those interesting lines and that kind of thing? Thank you.
Every line I had was seriously depressing. I cried a lot. No, before I cried, I had that moment where, when you're at a funeral and it's the worst place you could possibly break into laughter and you just don't want to break into laughter, and because of that, all of a sudden it's the funniest thing in the entire world and all you can do is try not to break out loud into laughter. That was me recording Emran for Fire Emblem Awakening for the first half of the record, and the engineer locked eyes with me and was like,
It's not funny.
because she knew I was dying, and said, I'm like, I can't help it, the copy is so depressing and so sad, I want to just burst and make fun of it and laugh. And then she held me down, just with her eyes, and then we got to that part that if you haven't played the game I won't talk about, but I cried.
I got to say one of my favorite lines ever in anything, which is "Don't mess with the bunny." That's what I took away from that. Yeah.
Aaron, wasn't your character like in a coma for half the game? It was really sad. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you were the most depressing part of that game. In the most loving way, I can say that to you. My soul!
But she didn't have many cues, though.
Oh, man. I voiced Baladar and Frederick. I don't remember any lines except "pick a god and pray," which sounds like a cool one-liner from any action movie, right? That's cool, but I do remember this tied into the previous question about dialing in a voice. With Baladar, he's like the very first guy who shows up as soon as you hit start on the game, right? And he sounds like cool and raspy and all that. Originally, they said, give him a slight Hispanic accent, and when I was doing it at the session, I said, this sounds like "Fear me if you dare." He sounds like Puss in Boots. And then they agreed and said, yeah, let's drop the accent. No, it's wonderful.
I would like to hear a version of it. When I first went into audition for Owain, the sides actually had, if you play the game, you know he shouts all his attacks all the time. You know, like Radiant Dawn, Sacred Stones. Those were actually lines that I had to do for the audition, and I was so very sad that they didn't actually make it into the game. So out there somewhere, there is an entire track of every single one of those shouted out, like, Radiant Dawn! Sacred Stones! You know, it's like, there's a ton of them, and none of them made it into the game. It sucked.
So instead, KG does that when, like, when he brushes his teeth, flushes the toilet.
Radiant Dawn!
Don't cut this guy off on the freeway. Do not cut him off on the freeway.
Sacred Stones! In the bathroom. Sacred Stones.
What kind of sunrise is it?
Radiant Dawn! And then my girlfriend breaks up with me.
Well, she says that when you drop your pants. Sacred Stones!
Sacred Stones!
Did I say that?
Behold!
I didn't work Fire Emblem Awakening that I know of, but my voice has found its way onto a lot of projects that I didn't realize until somebody else put them on my IMDb. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Yes, now this time in the red. Well, not the Robot Man, but there. Stand up, please.
Two things. One, you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, and you know I'm so excited you guys are here. My second question is, for the Skullgirls cast, any of the characters that weren't voted in during the voting process and the fundraiser, which characters would you like to be put in the game?
So, what is it?
Okay.
Oh, who we want? What D&C characters we want? Oh, okay.
Okay, for me, it was a tie between Saithana. Salty umbrella. Salty umbrella.
You wish she did.
Yeah.
Sumbrella.
I do. She's so cute.
Sumbrella.
I was tied between Saithana and Brain Drain. Brain Drain, really, because I wanted the whole pain wheel wrath of the Titans, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying here. I wanted him to make it, and I also wanted Saithana to make it, but I was kind of tied between those two.
I wanted Hubert because I thought Kylie Bear would be perfect for him. Hubert! And of course my sister Umbrella.
I wanted Marie for obvious reasons, especially being I've been a fighting game player for lots of years and I've always dreamed of playing the character that I voice.
Well, they sort of put him in for like a night. Were you there when they put him in?
Yeah, she played him. She played her. She spammed skulls at us.
Yeah.
Skulls.
Version of Marie into the game for like a night. And basically, what it came down to is she has that move that some of the players learn, right? It just goes straight across the screen, and it was
So easy to do that, you could just go,
It's just like, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. How the hell? Dinosaurs. Jurassic Park.
Beowulf made it into the game, so I'm happy. No. I also like Taliesin. Okay. he's like a jerk you want to beat up. So and he's pretty, I guess.
Did Sarah say hers? Did you say yours already?
For me?
Did you say yours?
No, I haven't. I wanted Science Shark.
we all want Science Shark.
We all want.
Well, I either want Tomar or I want Martin to play him.
Yeah, that would be good. Martin would be good.
Little Crebo, Martin.
Martin Little Crebo.
What about
Science Shark.
British accent.
what about you won?
You won!
The turtle was drunk, okay? And I also sort of wanted Taliesin because I wanted to see some Shonen moments between him and Beowulf. Does anyone see that? Am I the only one that Dojin in the ending,
told you
in
this
the
would be the rest of
freaking
the
double
time.
ending? That Dojin hanging on the wall of Beowulf and Taliesin? That Doshinji? I'm saying it right? Yeah, that amused me to know, and I'm like, oh my god, it's canon.
All of you, next time you get the chance, there is a YouTube video of Sarah completely drunk talking about Yuan's DLC history and how he's living the American dream by running a Chinese food restaurant. It's legit online right now. You can
He
look it
learned
up.
to make s'mores.
I think you're an apron.
Next question?
Yes.
Please.
Out of all the acting roles you've all done, what are your favorites? Like, what are the most memorable?
It's too hot.
Okay, I'll start.
We will all revolt inside my head and there will be a war.
You're talking, I assume, about voice work. Okay, yeah. It's a tie for me because the sweetest, most heartfelt, wonderful, terrific character that I ever played in terms of being magnificent was Wormmon, Digimon. Yeah. The problem is, the craziest, weirdest role I ever played, ever, on stage, in opera, anything I've ever done, was in Cowboy Bebop, when I played Punch. All you had to do was take one look at him and wonder why they asked me to make the sounds I did. But I had lines, speaking of doing things with a Mexican accent, I had lines like, "And now for today's hot news. No bounty for no computer, no way." So it was beyond weird. So it's a tie between those because they're apples and oranges, but I really had the greatest time. Well, everybody?
Oh.
Everybody goes in.
He's gonna reach. Oh,
Right. So for me, there was this little game called Dust and Elysian Tale that I got to be a part of, and it's one of those once-in-a-lifetime games where it was an indie game. It's not Halo, it's not Mass Effect, but it was just really special. And the whole game was essentially made by one guy. And I had the chance to not only help cast the game and work on the audio side of it, but I ended up as Ara, who is one of the lead characters with Kimlin and Lucian, who played Dust and Fidget. So getting a chance to work with those two, and then playing a role that I honestly had no business playing. I was told by acting coaches, this is the type of role you will never play, don't worry about it, focus on other stuff, and then I got cast as that. So it was a struggle for me to start, but just the way it all came about, and then to see the final product, I mean, and to be like, yeah, no, I can do this kind of thing. It was really special, and you know, I still go back and play the game, and I'm like, oh my God, we're actually in this thing. This happened. Oh God, yes. So that would be it's my personal favorite, both for the story of how the game came to be, and for the fact that it was a very just special role for me.
I have so many. I do a lot of network cartoons that I love, like my characters in Monster High, I love them. Ed and Eddie characters, I love them. Persona 4, you gotta eat more meat! You can't roll out regrets. I can't pick one.
Too many children. I'm in the same boat as Aaron, but there is one character that I really want to talk about, and I love her so much, as well as my other characters. Yes.
Ryu and Wreck-It Ralph. It's only 10 seconds, but it's 10 seconds in a Disney movie, so I'm like, this is what I wanted since I was a kid.
As
This is
opposed to
why I moved
Rio
to
and all
LA.
the other games you did.
Yeah, I mean, that's the coolest loophole ever, because you know, Disney, DreamWorks, all them, they hire celebrities to do everything, right? This was one of those rare things where they said, someone higher up the food chain said, let's have cameos and let's get the actual voice actors in. That was a great decision. So yeah, I was just like, I live like down the street from Disney, and I go there. Go buy it so I can make residuals, thank you. Pay my rent, thank you.
How many of you guys have heard of Magi the Labyrinth of Magic? You? Okay, I'm playing Ren Kogyoku in that, and I was super excited because when I originally saw the poster, I was like, oh, I want to be that character. Like, I didn't even know I was going to be in the show, but I thought she was super cute. I also really like my character Shushu in Mugen Souls because I got to play 8 different incarnations of her.
Your favorite ever.
All right. My favorite and most touching character that I've ever played, I'm recording right now at this moment. I can't talk about it. But I can't tell you. It is something. It's something I love for ages, and I can't. But aside from that, it's a tie between two characters. Owen from Fire Emblem, just because he's so awesome. And the second, like, more serious reason, I really love Wingle from Tales of Exilium. Because, like, just not only because, like, I'm a huge Tales fan and it's my favorite JRPG series, but like if you really read into like Wingle and like Gaius' story and you start to understand how tragic it is, it's just really, really heart-touching. Like, Wingle really, like, loves this guy, and he's sacrificed everything, you know, and he continues to sacrifice everything throughout the course of the game. And just at face value, you might not realize that as you're playing through, but then you play it again, and you read a little bit of lore, and you're like, oh my god, holy crap, Wingle, like, Wingle, man, no, you know. But yeah, it's,
Big holy
yeah, Wingle.
Hi. Let's see. It's sort of like every single. I pretty much am in the same boat with. I think everybody, every single role becomes your favorite because it's sort of like because for me it's sort of like I believe everybody has their own personal story with every single role they have. Like for Ms. Fortune, before that I wasn't sure if I was ever going to be able to break into the industry because I thought my voice was too bleh to make it in, but turns out you need all kinds of voices, and they went with my normal one. And I was like, yeah, okay, looks like I don't have to always change my voice all the time. If the one you got is fine. And then Fidget was an interesting challenge because, of course, everybody who has grown up with video games know about the annoying mascot that's squeaky and bosses you around and everything. And it was such an interesting challenge, giving her a very well-rounded character, a lot of depth, and also making her not annoying. And it's sort of like, it sort of